What's up guys, and welcome to Myth Busting Mondays episode 51. This is the show where we bust the myths that you guys leave in the comment section below. So if you have any myths you would like to see featured in next week's episode, all you've got to do is leave those in the comment section right now or at the end of the video, and we'll see which ones get featured next week. We are aiming for 3,115 likes on this video guys, and without further ado, let's get on to the first myth. So the first myth of today's show guys has been sent in by Alfie Oakley, and he asks, if you use disorderly combat and get a pistol, the RK5 or the LK9, and down, will you have the pistol in your hand or the MR6? Now as you guys know, inside of zombies, when you normally go down, it reverts you back to your starting pistol. So let's say on any map it'll be the MR6, or on Shadows of Evil it will be the Bloodhound. So while you are down, that is what you have, unless you are using a normal pistol that's in the game, so the RK5, the LK9, or even the ray gun. But with disorderly combat you can't get the ray gun, so let's go and see if we get the RK5 or the LK9 through disorderly combat and then go down, will it let us keep it as our downed weapon? So here we go dudes, let's find this out. We got disorderly combat on, we're literally just waiting for that LK9, we got it, boom, it's gonna let us keep it, let's see. No, dudes, it reverts back to the Bloodhounds, but that is unlucky, dude, unlucky. And obviously, once we get back up again, it does remain the cycle keeps going through that disorderly combat as well. So that kind of sucks, but thank you so much for sending that in, Alfie Oakley, and let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of today's show, guys, wasn't sent in by anybody, it was sent in by me. I wanted to find out, did killing time stop Dr. Gersh on the Grodkrovi Easter egg step, so then you could keep him in one place with killing time, put all of your ray gun into him, and basically finish him off in one cycle? Now the answer to this kind of shocked me, because I thought it would at least do one cycle, even though the myth I really wanted to find out is if it would do 3, but as you see right here, I stopped him, and when the killing time actually ran out, he disappeared. Like, he completely disappeared from the map. It took me so long to go and find him again, and when I finally got him the second time, it was actually the first cycle that I was doing. So the first time when I actually stopped him with killing time, it did absolutely nothing. Even though it looks like he exploded, he didn't, which is crazy. So here we go, guys, a little bit of advice. Don't use killing time on the Dr. Gersh step of the Easter egg boys. But let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by Jay Bruh, and he asks, on Der Eisendrak, can you sprint while holding a charged shot with the bow and use the always done swiftly gobblegum? Sorry, I'm an idiot, I meant the firing on all cylinders gobblegum, lol. So let's go and check this out, dude. So yeah, the flying on all cylinders gobblegum allows you to sprint. His actual definition is that you can run and shoot at the same time. So let's go and see if we can hold a charged shot with one of the bows and see if we can do it. So we've currently got the lightning bow, and let's check this out, dudes, and yeah, of course it does. It's crazy, it's really good, and this is probably one of the better gobblegums to possibly be taken into that boss fight. Now the thing that always downs me inside of the boss fight is the hellhounds and also the skulls. The rest of the boss fight is so simple, but those two things can always be challenging sometimes, and this gobblegum will allow you to keep running whilst doing charge shots to get into those creatures before they get you, instead of having to stop and shoot them and then they actually get to attack you. So that is a really good little tip right there. Thank you for sending that in, Jay Bruh, and let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of today's show, guys, has been sent in by Chris H, and he wanted to find out, in Shadows of Evil, can you use killing time to stop the rocks/platforms from coming up once you put down the gateworm? And if you can you jump on them? So let's go and find this out, guys. So inside of the PackAPunch room, when you're doing the final PackAPunch ritual, you've got to place in the gateworms, and when you place those in, the bridge will be formed. And let's see if we drop that killing time before the bridge actually forms, can we jump onto it as if it has formed? So we know a lot of things inside of zombies is timed, right? Even though the bridge actually isn't there, maybe it is there before the rocks get there. So let's do this, boys. Let's drop that gateworm, let's click that killing time, and there we go. The rocks are stuck. Let's go for the jump, dudes. Let's go for that big jump, and no, we're going straight through. So this isn't a timed event. This legitimately needs the rocks to be there for you to go over it. So not a timed event right here, dudes. But that's a great myth. Thank you for sending that in, Chris H. And let's get on to the next myth of today's show. And the next myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by Kazo, and they ask, myth, if you upgrade the monkey bombs and then you get disorderly combat, will your guns be PackAPunched? Keep up the good work, bro. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that a lot. And let's look a little bit deeper into this. So we know by now that disorderly combat works in the manner that it cycles through multiple weapons every 10 seconds. What you guys may not know is if you've already got a PackAPunched weapon, it will cycle through PackAPunched weapons instead. But let's see what happens if we have two normal weapons and we use the crate power gobblegum to get the monkey bombs out of the mystery box, upgrading those on Garrod Grovey. So technically, we do have an upgraded weapon and then get disorderly combat. Is it going to give us the PackAPunch weapons? Yes or no? Let me see it inside the comment section right now, dudes. And here we go. Let's try this thing. We've got the upgradable monkey bombs. Let's get disorderly combat and... No, it doesn't work, dudes. I honestly thought that would work, but no, unfortunately, it doesn't work, dudes. It gives us normal weapons, unfortunately, but maybe better luck next time. Thank you so much, Kazo, for sending that myth in, dude, and let's get on to the next myth of today's show. So the next myth of this week's show, guys, is being sent in by JJ, and they ask, can you use killing time to stop the trophy from falling out of the hand? So what we're going to do is, guys, we are going to activate killing time right now, go up to the trophy, start shooting it, and see if it'll drop down. Let's find this thing out, boys. Let's find this thing out. Here we go. And it doesn't seem to be dropping, unfortunately. I don't see it dropping, but it does drop down after that killing time has finished. So that is always awesome. But there you go, dude. JJ, your myth has been answered, dude. Let's get on to the next myth of today's show. And the next myth of today's show, guys, is being sent in by Samuel Aldred, and he asks, in co-op, can you die using a grenade on the dragon? Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, dude. Now, as you guys may know, we tried this on solo and it didn't work. So let's see what happens while we are playing co-op, if we will die if we cook a grenade whilst we are on the dragon. I'm currently in a game right now with my buddy, and he's getting on the dragon. I'm getting on the dragon. Let's see. No, dude, it just blows up once again. It's the exact same thing as if we had danger closest. It literally doesn't kill us at all. No damage given to us at all either. So that is friggin' awesome. I don't know why that's useful at all, but at least we know. And Samuel, thank you so much for sending that in, dude. And let's get on to the final myth of today's show. And the final myth of today's show, guys, being sent in by Dom Sharman, and he asks, if you get the plunger on Der Eisendrache and then the Bowie knife, do you keep the plunger? Loads of question marks and a pizza emoji. Thank you so much for sending that in, Dom. And let's try this thing out, dude. So if you guys don't know, on Der Eisendrache, there's a special melee weapon, which is a plunger. Now, to get this, you've got to set the clock to 935, do a load of random steps, and then once you've done all that, you can then go down and teleport in the pyramid room. It will take you through to get the plunger. Now, I'm inside the plunger room right now. I am down, of course, because I'm a scrub. But let's pick up the plunger. Let's get into the normal map. So now we are back. Let's go and buy the Bowie knife. And let's see if this replaces our plunger, or does the plunger stay where it is? Let's buy the Bowie knife, dudes, and let's see. Oh, it goes to the Bowie knife, boys. We lose the plunger. That's really bad because the plunger is actually technically better than the Bowie knife, so it shouldn't do that. But whatever, dudes, that is crazy. I can't believe it reverts back to being the Bowie knife after you've just had the plunger. That's insane. But there you go, Don Sharman. Big shout out to you for sending that in, dude. And that is the final myth of today's show, guys. I hope you enjoyed Myth Busting Mondays, episode 51. If you did, dudes, please drop a like. Let's aim for 3,115 likes on this video. You know how we do. If you are brand new to the Pizza Club, make sure you drop that subscribe button, boys. And also make sure you leave your comments in the comment section right now if you want your myth to be included in next week's episode. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.